Chapter 1. Avoid public displays of affection. Let her come to you if she wants. You're at a mall and you see a man desperately trying to get his girlfriend's attention, constantly reaching for her hand, seeking kisses, while she seems less than enthusiastic. It's like watching someone chase their own shadow. The more they run after it, the more it eludes them. This ancient Stoic wisdom hits differently in our modern world, where social media has made everything about showing off. When discussing avoiding public displays of affection and letting her come to you, we're not just talking about physical restraint. We're diving deep into the ocean of self-respect and authentic connections. True strength isn't in claiming or marking your territory. It's in being so grounded in your worth that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. When you constantly seek validation through public displays of affection, you're actually broadcasting your insecurities to the world. It's like holding water too tightly. The harder you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. Here, Stoicism sprinkles some wisdom. The things we chase often run away from us. By constantly seeking attention and affection, you're actually pushing her away. It's like trying to catch a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it flutters away. But stand still, be peaceful, and it might just land on your shoulder. This principle isn't about being cold or distant. It's about understanding the power of space and self-containment. When you let her come to you, you're showing confidence in your worth. You're saying, I know my value, and I trust that if you value me too, you'll show it. This creates a magnetic field of respect around you. In today's world, this means not bombarding her with constant texts, not needing to show off your relationship on social media, not forcing physical contact when she's not initiating, being comfortable in your own space and energy. Think of yourself as a lighthouse. You don't move, you don't chase ships. You stand firm, shine your light, and let them navigate towards you. This strength attracts genuine connection, not desperate attention. The beautiful paradox here is that you become more attractive by not desperately seeking affection. Women are drawn to men who are complete within themselves, not those who need constant validation to feel whole. Remember this. True affection is like a river. It flows naturally. You don't need to force or display it for others to validate it. Keep your love sacred, let it grow in its own time, and trust that genuine affection will find its way to express itself authentically. So now, your challenge is this. Can you be strong enough to be still? Can you trust in your worth enough to let genuine connection come to you naturally? This is not just about relationships. It's about developing the inner strength that makes you truly attractive from the inside out. Next time you feel the urge to prove your affection to the world, pause, breathe. Remember, the lion doesn't need to roar to prove he's a lion. His presence is enough. Chapter 2. Don't reveal your income. Let your lifestyle speak for itself. Picture this, brother. Two men walk into a room. The first immediately starts talking about his six-figure salary and luxury car payments. The second carries himself confidently, wearing a well-chosen watch and making thoughtful decisions. Who do you think leaves a more lasting impression? Let me share some ancient wisdom that's more relevant than ever. In our age of social media flexing and status updates, there's a powerful truth that the Stoics understood centuries ago. True wealth isn't in what you say you have. It's in how you carry yourself. When you reveal your income, you're not just sharing a number. You're handing over the power to let others define your worth. Think of your worth like a masterpiece painting. Would you stick the price tag right on the front? No. You let the art speak for itself. Your life, your choices, your character, these are your masterpiece. When you broadcast your income, you're essentially saying, "This number is what makes me valuable." But brother, you're worth so much more than any number on your paycheck. Here's the more profound wisdom. Money is like perfume. It should be discovered, not announced. When you let your lifestyle speak for itself, you create mystery and depth. You allow people, especially women, to appreciate the full spectrum of who you are, not just your financial status. They get to discover your values through your actions, your choices, and how you handle both abundance and limitations. In practical terms, this means making quality choices without bragging about their cost, being generous without announcing the amount, investing in experiences that reflect your values, maintaining a lifestyle you can sustain without stress, letting your work ethic and ambition show through results, not words. Consider this. When you reveal your income, you're often trying to fill a void of insecurity. But true confidence doesn't need numerical validation. It's like having a beautiful garden. You don't need to tell people how much you spent on it. They can see its beauty for themselves. For women, especially, this creates a more authentic attraction. They get to appreciate you for your character, your values, and your actions, not just your earning potential. It's like reading a great book versus just checking its price tag. The story itself is what captures the heart. Remember the Stoic virtue of self-control. By keeping your income private, you maintain healthy boundaries, create space for genuine connections, allow others to know you for you, avoid attracting people who are only interested in your wallet, build relationships based on character, not currency. You need to understand this truth. The moment you reveal your income, you shift the focus from who you are to what you have. It's like putting a price tag on your soul. Keep that mystery, brother. Let people earn the right to know more about you through genuine connections and shared experiences. Put it this way, your income is like the roots of a tree, necessary for growth, but meant to stay underground. What people should see is the fruit you bear, your character, your impact, your way of moving through the world. Your challenge today: can you let your actions, choices, and character speak louder than any number could? Can you build connections based on who you are rather than what you earn? Remember, a lion doesn't need to tell the jungle how strong he is. His presence, his actions, and his very being tell the story. Be that lion, brother. Let your life be your loudest statement. Chapter 3. Don't overcompliment her looks. Let her seek your approval. Suppose you were walking through an art gallery. Would you stop at every single painting and shower it with endless praise? Or would you let your genuine appreciation show only when truly moved? This is the wisdom we're about to explore. In today's world of endless notifications and instant gratification, where likes and compliments flow like water, there's profound power in measured appreciation. When you constantly praise a woman's appearance, you're not just diminishing the value of your words, you're actually weakening the very connection you're trying to build. Think of compliments like rare coins. If you scatter them everywhere, they lose their worth. But when given sparingly and with genuine feeling, they become treasures to be cherished. This isn't about being cold or withholding. It's about understanding the true power of sincere appreciation. You need to know that when you overcompliment someone's appearance, you're not really seeing them. You're just reflecting your need for approval. It's like trying to fill a deep well with shallow water. Instead, let your attention be like a spotlight. When you do shine it, make it count. In practical terms, this means save your compliments for moments that truly move you. Focus more on her actions and character than her looks. Let your appreciation be earned, not expected. Show recognition through your attention rather than just your words. Create space for her to wonder about your thoughts. Consider this wisdom. In nature, flowers don't bloom faster when we constantly watch them. They bloom in their own time under the right conditions. Similarly, a woman's desire for your approval should grow naturally, not be forced by constant praise. When you hold back from over-complimenting, something magical happens. Your words gain weight, your attention becomes more valuable, and most importantly, you create space for her to seek your genuine approval, not just of her appearance, but of her whole being. Here's how this plays out in real life. Instead of "you're so beautiful" 10 times a day, notice and comment on her strength in handling a difficult situation. Rather than praising every outfit, let your appreciative glance speak volumes. Focus on specific, meaningful moments rather than generic, constant praise. Allow silence to create space for genuine connection. Remember this profound truth. The most powerful compliments are often unspoken. They live in how you look at her, listen, and create space for her to be herself. When you speak, let it be because your heart is genuinely moved, not because you think that's what she wants to hear. You need to understand this. By not over-complimenting, you're showing more profound respect. You're saying, "I see you as a complete person, not just an image to be praised." This creates a foundation for authentic connection, built on substance rather than surface. Your challenge is this. Can you be strong enough to let your appreciation be earned rather than given freely? Can you trust that genuine admiration will mean more when it's not constantly expressed? Remember, the sun doesn't announce its warmth. It simply shines. And those who seek its light know its true value. Be like the sun, brother. Let your genuine appreciation be felt, rather than constantly declared. When you do compliment her, let it come from a place of truth, not habit. Let it be a gift freely given, not a tool to gain favor. This is the way of the modern Stoic, measured, meaningful, and masterful in the art of genuine connection. Chapter 4. Don't spend too much time discussing her day. Show your priorities. Imagine this, brother. You're at dinner with a woman you admire. For 2 hours straight, you've asked about every detail of her workday, her lunch, her coffee break, and her coworker's drama. Meanwhile, your own dreams and goals sit silently in the shadow of her story. Sound familiar? Let's talk about why this path leads nowhere worth going. Listen closely, because this wisdom might change how you approach relationships forever. In our world of instant messages and constant connection, there's a dangerous trap many men fall into, becoming so invested in her daily narrative that they forget to write their own story. Think of your life like a book. Would you spend all your time reading someone else's chapters while leaving your own pages blank? That's exactly what happens when you overinvest in discussing her day while neglecting your purpose and path. But here's the raw truth. Women aren't attracted to men who make them the center of their universe. They're attracted to men who have their own orbits, gravitational pull, and missions. It's not about being cold or distant, but being driven and purposeful. In practical terms, this means having clear goals beyond the relationship, maintaining your projects and passions, setting boundaries around your time and energy, sharing your achievements and challenges, being genuinely busy building your legacy. Consider this more profound wisdom. When you constantly dig into every detail of her day, you're not showing care. You're showing that you lack direction. It's like a ship without a destination following another's wake. Here's how to strike the right balance. Show genuine interest, but keep conversations dynamic. Share your own experiences and challenges. Talk about your goals and what you're building. Maintain your own schedule and commitments. Let her see your passion for your purpose. Remember this: the most attractive thing about a man isn't how well he knows her schedule. It's how well he knows his own path. When you're genuinely excited about your own goals, that energy becomes magnetic. Think of it like this: if all you do is discuss her day, you become like a mirror, only reflecting, never shining. But when you have your ambitions and priorities, you become like a beacon, attracting others to your light while illuminating their path too. This doesn't mean ignoring her or being selfish. It means finding the sweet spot where you can show care while maintaining your direction. When she shares something important, listen fully, but don't lose hours dissecting every minute detail of her day at the expense of your growth. Here's the powerful paradox: the less you make her life your sole focus, the more she'll want to share it with you. Why? Because she'll respect that you're a man with purpose, drive, and his own mission. Your challenge today: can you show interest in her life while staying committed to your own path? Can you be present without losing your direction? Remember, warrior, eagles don't spend their days discussing the movements of doves. They soar on their own currents, and that's precisely why they're admired. Be that eagle. Have your own flight path, your own altitude, and your own destination. The next time you're tempted to dive deep into every detail of her day, pause and ask yourself, what chapter of my own story am I not writing while I'm doing this? Then find that balance. Show care, but keep building your own legend. Because at the end of the day, the most attractive man is one who's not just interested in her journey, but is blazing his own trail toward greatness. Chapter 5. Avoid faking interest in topics you don't care about. Silence can be more powerful. Picture this, brother. A man sits across from his date, nodding enthusiastically about the latest reality TV drama, pretending he knows all the characters, forcing laughs at stories he doesn't understand. He's dying slowly inside, betraying his interests with every fake smile. We've all been there, haven't we? But today we're going to learn why this path leads to weakness, not connection. Let me drop some ancient wisdom that hits differently in today's world of endless small talk and forced conversations. In a time where everyone feels pressured to have an opinion about everything, there's immense power in comfortable silence and authentic presence. Think about the strongest forces in nature: the lion, the mountain, the ocean. They don't pretend. They don't fake interest. They simply are. Their silence carries more weight than 1,000 empty words. The raw truth is, when you fake interest in topics you don't care about, you're not just lying to her, you're betraying yourself. It's like wearing a mask that gets heavier with every nod, every forced laugh, every empty, "Oh, really? That's fascinating." In real terms, this means not pretending to love astrology if you don't, not forcing yourself to care about celebrity gossip, not faking knowledge about topics you know nothing about, being comfortable saying, "I don't know much about that," redirecting conversations to genuine shared interests. Consider this wisdom. Silence isn't emptiness. It's space filled with potential. When you stop filling every moment with fake interest, you create room for real connections to grow. Here's how to handle these moments. Use thoughtful silence instead of empty words. Show respect for her interests without pretending they're yours. Share what genuinely excites you. Be honest about what you don't know or don't follow. Let comfortable silence build tension and interest. Remember this profound reality: your authentic disinterest is more attractive than your fake enthusiasm. Women can sense when you're putting on a show, and it weakens their respect for you faster than any silence could. Think of conversation like a fire. Fake interest is like throwing wet wood on the flames. It creates a lot of smoke but kills the heat. Authentic engagement, even if more limited, burns cleaner and stronger. Here's the power move. When she brings up something you don't care about, instead of faking it, try this. That's not really my area, but I'd love to hear what draws you to it. This shows respect while maintaining your authenticity. Your challenge is this. Can you be strong enough to sit in silence rather than fill it with lies? Can you trust that your authentic presence is more potent than your pretend interest? Remember, the oak tree doesn't pretend to be a flower. It stands tall in its nature, and that's precisely why it commands respect. Next time you're tempted to fake interest, pause, take a breath, feel the strength in your silence. Let your authentic self emerge. Because here's the truth many men never learn. A woman would rather spend time with a genuinely silent man than someone falsely invested. This isn't just about conversation. It's about living with integrity. Every time you fake interest, you chip away at your own foundation. But you build something unshakable when you stand firm in your authentic self. Be that mountain, brother. Let your silence speak of strength, and let your words, when they come, carry the weight of truth. Chapter 6. Don't let her push you into decisions. Be the one with logic and control. Think about a scenario. A man sits in his car circling the same block for the 5th time because his partner keeps changing her mind about where to eat dinner. Maybe that place. No, wait. How about, actually, I'm not sure. His evening wastes away as he surrenders his decision-making power to an endless loop of uncertainty. Sound familiar? Let's break this cycle. In our world of endless options and, what do you think? Questions. There's profound power in being the calm center of the storm. When everyone else is swaying with indecision, you need to be the oak tree, firmly rooted in logic and reason. Think of it this way. In nature, a pack follows the leader who moves with purpose, not the one who keeps looking back for approval. This isn't about being stubborn or dismissive. It's about having the strength to guide with clarity when chaos threatens to take over. Here's the raw truth. Every time you let someone push you into a decision you haven't fully considered, you're not being nice, you're being weak. It's like letting go of the wheel and hoping the car stays on course. In practical terms, this means taking time to think before making decisions, standing firm when you've reached a logical conclusion, not changing course just to avoid temporary discomfort, leading with reason, not reacting from emotion, being open to input while maintaining your direction. Remember this wisdom. A ship with 2 captains sinks. When you let someone else's emotions override your logic, you're not just giving away your power, you're risking both your journeys. The key is balance. Listen to her perspective and absorb the valuable insights, but filter everything through your logical understanding. Like a skilled captain who considers the crew's input but makes the final call based on experience and reason. Your challenge is this. Can you be strong enough to hold your ground when it matters? Can you trust your judgment enough to weather the storm of others' emotions? Remember, the mountain doesn't move because the wind blows. Your decisions, when based on logic and careful thought, shouldn't crumble under pressure or persuasion. Next time you're faced with a decision, pause, breathe, let logic be your compass. Because here's the truth. A man who can calmly stand his ground, explaining his reasoning without being defensive, commands natural respect. This isn't about control, it's about leadership, about being the kind of man who can say, I understand how you feel, but here's why I believe this is the best course of action, and mean it. Be that mountain, brother. Let your decisions come from a place of strength and reason, not from the shifting winds of others' emotions. Because in the end, Respect isn't earned by those who bend to every breeze, but by those who know when to stand firm. Chapter 7. Don't say you want a relationship. Let her be the one to bring it up. When it comes to attraction and connection, time isn't just important, it's everything. Like a skilled hunter who knows the value of patience, a wise man understands that some things can't be forced or rushed. Let me share a truth that might save you from a common mistake many men make. Picture this scenario, brother. A man meets someone special. 3 dates in, feeling the excitement of new possibilities. He starts talking about their future together, planning months ahead, pushing for definitions and commitments. Suddenly, he notices her pulling back, the magic fading. Why? Because he had tried to capture the bird before it chose to land. Consider how nature works. You can't make a flower bloom by pulling on its petals. You create the right conditions and let it open in its own time. The same wisdom applies here. Here's the raw truth. When you rush to declare your desire for a relationship, you often act from insecurity, not strength. It's like showing all your cards before the game has begun. In practical terms, this means focusing on building genuine connections without labels, staying present instead of future tripping, letting your actions show your intentions, creating space for her to invest emotionally, remaining grounded in your own worth. Consider this wisdom. The lion doesn't announce his intentions to the gazelle. He proves his worth through presence and patience. Here's how to maintain power in the dynamic. Keep dates light and enjoyable. Build memories without pushing for promises. Let your consistency speak louder than words. Stay mysterious yet authentic. Focus on the moment, not the destination. Remember this truth. Women want to feel like they've earned your commitment, not that you're giving it away before they've even decided if they want it. Think of it like this. Your commitment is a valuable gift. Would you hand someone an expensive present before knowing if they even appreciate you? That's what premature relationship talk does. Your challenge is this. Can you be strong enough to let things unfold naturally? Can you trust that if it's right, she'll bring it up when she's ready? Remember, the mountain doesn't chase the clouds. They gather around it because of its presence and strength. Next time you feel the urge to define the relationship too early, pause. Feel the power in your patience. Because here's the secret. When a woman brings up commitment herself, it means she's already imagined a future with you in it. This isn't about playing games, but understanding the natural order of attraction and commitment. The strongest relationships are often those where the woman feels she chose to be there, not that she was pressured into it. Stand firm in your worth, warrior. Let her wonder, let her want, let her choose. That's how you build something real. Chapter 8. Don't admit to being dumped or heartbroken. She wants to see you as a winner. Picture this, warrior. 2 wolves meet in the wild. Does the stronger one begin by telling stories of times it was wounded and battles it lost? No, it carries its scars silently, letting its current strength speak volumes. This is the way of the wise man. Let me share some truth about wounds and wisdom. In our age of vulnerability is strength and endless sharing. There's a forgotten power in dignified silence about certain parts of our past. Think about it. When you meet someone new, do you want their first image of you to be someone lying wounded on the battlefield, or someone who's emerged stronger from every fight? This isn't about denial. It's about timing and strength. Here's the raw truth. When you lead with stories of being dumped or heartbroken, you're not just sharing your past. You're planting seeds of doubt about your value. It's like starting a race by telling everyone about your fallen times. In practical terms, this means focus on who you are now, not who left you before. Let your current confidence tell your story. Share lessons learned, not wounds carried. Keep past relationship details minimal. let your strength be your introduction. Remember this wisdom. The oak tree doesn't apologize for the storms it has weathered. It simply stands taller because of them. Your past relationships made you stronger, wiser, and more capable of real connection, but that's your private victory. These stories are earned intimacies, not opening conversations like a warrior's scars. Think of it like this. You're not hiding your history, but choosing when and how to share it. This isn't a weakness, it's strategy. It's understanding that true vulnerability is a privilege earned through trust, not a card you play to gain sympathy. Your challenge is this. Can you carry your past with quiet dignity? Can you let your present strength speak louder than your previous pain? Remember, eagles don't tell stories of falling. They soar, and their flight tells all that needs to be known. Stand tall, brother. Let your presence speak of resilience. Let your actions show your growth. The right person will earn the right to know your full story, but first, let them see the warrior you've become. Chapter 9. Don't share your insecurities. Staying strong earns more respect. Imagine a fortress, brother. Does it display its weak points to those approaching? No. It stands proud, solid, unshakable. This is how a man should carry himself in this world of constant oversharing and emotional exposure. Let me paint you a scene. Two men walk into a room. The first immediately starts sharing his doubts about his career, his looks, his worth. The second carries himself with quiet confidence, focusing on what he can offer rather than what he fears. Who do you think commands more respect? Who would you follow into battle? In today's world of share everything culture, there's forgotten wisdom in strategic silence. Like a poker player who knows which cards to hold close, a wise man understands the power of keeping certain thoughts private. Here's the raw truth. When you broadcast your insecurities, you're not being authentic. You're seeking validation from the outside world. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes by adding more water instead of fixing the leaks. In practical terms, this means working on your insecurities privately, showing strength in challenging moments, focusing conversations on goals and growth, keeping self-doubt as your personal battle, leading with confidence, not confession. Remember this wisdom. The mountain doesn't apologize for its height, nor does it speak of its valleys. It simply stands, majestic in both its strengths and shadows. Think of it like this. Your insecurities are like training weights. They're tools for private growth, not public display. Use them to build strength behind closed doors, but show the world your power. Your challenge today. Can you transform your insecurities into fuel for growth rather than topics for discussion? Can you be strong enough to keep your doubts as your own silent motivators? Remember, lions don't roar about their fears. They channel that energy into becoming more powerful. Next time you feel the urge to share your insecurities, pause. Ask yourself, will this serve my growth? Or am I just seeking temporary comfort? Stand tall, warrior. Let your actions speak of strength, and let your silence build mystery. Because in the end, respect isn't earned by showing your wounds, but by showing how you've risen above them. Chapter 10. Don't say, "I love you" first. Wait for her to say it, and then you can respond. Picture this. A man caught up in the intensity of new feelings blurts out, "I love you" over dinner on their third date. The words hang in the air like smoke, heavy and suffocating. He watches her smile fade, replaced by discomfort. The magic of possibility suddenly transforms into the weight of expectation. Let's learn why patience here isn't just powerful, it's essential. In our world of instant gratification, where every feeling demands immediate expression, there's ancient wisdom in holding your tongue. Those 3 words, "I love you." They're not just words. They're like arrows that, once released, can never be taken back. Think about how a master archer waits for the perfect moment, how he feels the wind, studies the distance, and only then releases his arrow. Your feelings should be handled with the same precision and patience. Here's the raw truth. When you rush to declare love, you're often speaking from emotion rather than depth. It's like trying to harvest fruit before it's ripe. You'll end up with something that could have been sweeter had you just waited. In practical terms, this means letting your actions show your feelings, building a foundation of respect and trust, allowing anticipation to create magic, giving her space to develop deeper feelings, leading with presence, not pressure. Remember this wisdom: the sun doesn't announce its warmth, it simply shines, and those who stand in its light feel it naturally. Here's how to handle the growing feelings. Channel that energy into meaningful actions. Create memorable moments without words. Stay present and attentive. Let your consistency speak for you. Build anticipation through patience. Think of it like this: your love is like a fine wine. It gets better with time, and rushing to open it too soon only diminishes its value. Your challenge is this: can you be strong enough to hold these powerful feelings without declaring them? Can you trust that if they're real, she'll feel them without you having to say them? Remember, the mighty ocean doesn't need to announce its depth. Those who dive in discover it for themselves. Here's the hope, brother. When she says those words first, they'll come from a place of genuine feeling, not obligation or pressure. And when you finally respond, your words will carry the weight of certainty and truth. The final word. Stay strong in your patience, warrior. Know that every moment you hold back isn't just building anticipation, it's building a foundation. Because when love is declared from a place of mutual certainty, it becomes unshakable. Your restraint today is creating space for something more powerful tomorrow. Remember, the greatest love stories aren't rushed. They're cultivated. Be the man who understands this, and you'll be the man who experiences love in its most profound, most authentic form. Keep walking your path with confidence, brother. The right words will come at the right time, and when they do, they'll be worth every moment of waiting.